Today we're going to be looking at growing beetroot and carrots and how easy it is to grow in a urban space or a tiny garden or even a windowsill if you don't have any outdoor space. So to start off, you're going to need a very basic sort of planting tray, and then you want to get your peat pockets. I like using these because it means I don't have to have loads of soil. You can just put these into the tray and then add a little bit of water like so, and then they will swell up massively and you end up with it looking like this. And then it's got a perfect little hole that you can put your seed in, and then from there, once the plant starts to grow, you then don't have to do anything with that. You can just plant that straight out into your garden, into your soil or into your trough or wherever you're planting your seed. They're a bit of a cheat. Just bear in mind that with most seeds, when you're planting them, they have about an 80% germination rate. So if you're putting in 100 seeds into 100 pods, you won't be. But if you are, only about 80 of them would actually sprout. So just bear that in mind when you plant them up. Not every single seed that you plant into one of these little pods will grow. Especially with things like carrots, you want to make sure that the seed is whole before you plant it, because if you've got a broken one, it's definitely not going to grow. Okay, so after you've prepped your little peat pocket and they've swollen up and you've got different varieties, these tend to dry out a little bit more, so make sure you just keep adding water into them. You then want to put in your seeds. So we'll start with the beetroot, and we'll just this is what a beetroot seed looks like, kind of a bit like granola. Okay, so once you've got your seed out, you want to get your little pocket, and then there's a hole normally in the top already, and it's really just as simple as putting it in the top of the hole, smushing it down with your finger, and then making sure it's nice and covered over, and then you're good to go. You just leave that for about a week, 2 weeks, making sure it doesn't dry out. You can get a plastic lid to go over the top of your tray, and you put it in your windowsill. Right, so once your little peat pockets have started growing with your vegetables, you're going to start thinking about where you're going to plant them. If you're anything like me and you live in a city and you're lucky enough to have garden space, you probably don't have enough space to dig up all the beds and, you know, turn your entire garden into an allotment. I have tried doing it before. It ends up being really messy. My current garden is all gravel, so it's just not an option anyway. So I bought a planting box. This is really simple. If you do have any outdoor space, you can do this with anything. You can do it with, you know, big pots or window boxes. But this thing that I've got is a wicker frame, and then inside it's got planting bags, and I've just filled those with compost, and then that is what you will plant your thing into. You don't have to worry if you have a planting box about your flower beds being ruined or having to replant anything or dig anything up. With a planting box, it's just there. You fill it with the compost, you plant your seeds and your vegetables into it, or salad, whatever you're growing, and it's really, really easy to maintain. There's no fuss at all. Other options, if you don't have any outdoor space or you've got a windowsill, I always see people, especially like walking around London, I see these beautiful window boxes and people have them at the front of their house, and they've got pretty flowers or dead flowers most of the time. And I think it's such a shame, because you could grow vegetables in that, or salad or herbs or things like that. So with your peat pockets and with beetroot and carrots, you could do that, because they're about this deep, these window boxes, which is deep enough to grow a carrot, and it's definitely deep enough to grow a beetroot. I mean, you might not get that many, but it's just nice to have. I would say another option, if you don't have a windowsill or you don't feel like putting something on a windowsill if you live in like a tower block or you're very high up, is you can get these absolutely amazing wall mounts. And they've got these pull-out pockets, and then you just put your soil and your vegetables in that. Really good for growing tomatoes or herbs or salads, and they all tumble down, and it really brightens up your kitchen as well. So that's about it for now. I'll give you an update on the beetroot and carrots and show you how they're going eventually. And in the meantime, good luck growing.